The King. Once upon a time, in a kingdom that was once thriving with prosperity and virtue, where the people were once full of well-being and happiness, things began to progressively decline, and in the end, the kingdom was on the verge of total collapse. After a lot of civil disorder, and after the king's sickness and the court's unrest, the people's morality declined dramatically. They started to lose any sense of propriety and faith in heaven. Moral decline spread in the population to the point of people brandishing the mark of the immoral, an oath sometimes depicted by a brand of a red dragon on the forearm as a sign of the dramatic rebellion of people against virtue and conscience. When the king recovered, he saw all this and found that in his own weakness he was afflicted with the same lack of morality. With the intention of finding in him what his people had lost, he left the command of his kingdom to his most trusted counselor, stripped off his royal robes, and after donning common garb, set off on a long journey. During his travels, he fell asleep in a desolate place and had a dream. A divine being revealed to him that everyone in his kingdom would be banished from heaven if they did not break the oath of the immoral. From that day on, the king wandered from village to village, telling people about his dream, but no one listened to him. One day, an old drunkard stole a piece of chicken from an inn. The innkeeper pursued him, brandishing a long knife and shouting at him. He caught the drunk and almost stabbed him when the king, in the guise of an ordinary poor man, stepped in and restrained the innkeeper. The king said, "I will pay for him." And the innkeeper replied, saying that not only was the money to be paid, but he also wanted to cut off at least one of the criminal's fingers. So the king said he would pay for that too. The innkeeper, without thinking twice, then cut off one of the king's fingers. The king experienced great pain and tried hard not to resent it. The thief, meanwhile, mumbled something and just walked away.